Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert. Now, the last couple of weekends, my wife's had me on DIY duty. And we've been up in the loft, or the attic as it's known, the other side of the pond, clearing up and clearing things out to get rid of some of my junk. And amongst that junk, we found these. Some of you may recognise these as cassette tapes. Others amongst you might recognise this as some of the first multi-track media format that we all had available to us. Now, personally, I had a Tascam Porter 01. Now, the relevance to this particular video is that fast forward on a few years, probably 20 odd, and we get the toy that we're playing with today. This is a Tascam US-2020 digital interface. Now, this is the top of the range thing that Tascam putting out at the moment in the kind of singer-songwriter recording studio space, and it's awesome. Very, very easy to use. This thing is actually 3 solutions in one. It's an audio interface, 20 in, 20 out. Very, very cool. It's a digital mixer, so if you've got a laptop hooked up to it, you can actually use it as a digital mixer with laptop control. It's also a really nice mic pre, A to D digital mic pre. It's awesome. Very, very cool. Price-wise, it's incredibly competitive for the amount you're getting. So let's have a look up close and personal on the UA 2020 and see how things have progressed from the old Tascam Porter 01. So here we are round the front of the US 2020, and you can see down here I've got the button that takes me between the 3 modes: mic pre, audio interface and mixer. I've got my USB indicator and the main power switch. I've then got 2 controls to switch phantom power on for the first 4 or the second 4 mic pre's. Mic pre inputs over Neutrik Combi XLR jacks, which is really cool. I've then got the 8 of the world's smallest gain pots with level indicator and clip indicator. So this for me is the one little thing about this unit that holds it up, but generally it's pretty damn good. On the other end of things, we have our 2 configurable headphone outputs with volume controls and our main volume control for the master output 1 and 2. Round the back, it is Connectivity City. We've got coax in and out for SPDIF. We've then got the USB 2 or USB 3 connector, depending on what you're connecting to. I would go USB 2 to Mac and USB 3 to PC. We then have our optical outputs. Now that's either on Ada Optical or the new SMUX format, which allows us to get up to 96K on a single optical style connector. MIDI I/O, of course. Then we have, very usefully, word clock in and out with Terminator. Then we have our 10 independent output line jacks, and our last 2 9 and 10 line inputs, giving us 20 in and 20 out. Now, over in the Tascam settings panel, this is where things get interesting. If I hit the button on the front of the US 2020, it takes me through the 3 modes: digital mixer, mic pre and audio interface. And you can see here I've got various different grids and graphs showing me my configurations for each mode, which are kind of a little bit confusing to start with, but actually all it is a network grid to tell exactly what's going on where. In the mixer panel, which is the same for the digital mixer and the audio interface, I've got control over each of the 10 input channels, 8 mic pre's of course. So once I turn the channel on, I've then got a 4-band fully parametric EQ, which is really, really cool. Turn the EQ on, and I've got high, mid, low, and Q factor on high, mid, and low, mid. Phase invert, EQ, and compressor on every single mic channel, which is very, very handy indeed. Hence, this thing can be used as a full-featured digital mixer. I've then got a really nice, really smooth sounding compressor, all the normal controls there, and a full digital reverb. Loads of different settings, loads of goodies in there. To be honest, I didn't really dive too far into this, but I have got my master reverb and 3 other auxiliary sends, which could be for my headphones or whatever. Very, very handy. I've then got various different controls depending on if I'm in interface mode or mic pre mode or mixer mode. They're all pretty straightforward once you get your head around them. So once again, I've built a track up. We've gone for 5 tracks of drums, bass, 2 guitar parts, and a lead vocal. We'll build it up. What you're going to hear is the raw tracks. No processing, no reverb, no nothing. You'll just hear, to start with, the absolutely naked tracks as they went down. What we'll then do is later on, we'll play it back and I'll tweak it a little bit and mix it in inverted commas, put some reverb, compression, EQ, delay, things like that on it. So you can hear exactly how production value adds a little bit to it. But still, it sounds pretty damn fine in the raw format, I think you'll agree. You cannot call some mama, I'ma show out to heaven now, yes, too hard. So there you go. That is the Tascam UA-2020 Audio Interface, mic, pre and A to D converter, and digital mixer. Very, very cool indeed. The converters sound amazing. The mic pre's sound really, really nice. This thing goes all the way up to 192K. This recording was done at 96K, 24-bit. But to be honest, I mean, the A to D conversion sounds great at 96K. I'm pretty sure it'll sound good at 44.1 too. Let's face it, we try often and see how far we can push these things. It just sounds really, really nice. If I have one tiny little gripe, it's that actually they've crammed an awful lot onto this front bezel. And some of the pots do feel a little bit tiny. But hey, once you're up and running, you're up and running. We're not talking about having to faff through menus and things like that and indents and stuff like that. It's just really simple. That was always the thing I loved about the Porter 01, and that's the thing I love about the UA 2020. It's really simple. It took me 2 minutes to get up and running. Obviously, it's fully USB 3 compatible. It's USB 2 compatible. It's just really, really simple, and that's what I like. Simple is what makes us and keeps us creative. So I'm going to play the whole track back now. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and I've added a couple of bits and pieces. I'll show you exactly what I've done in the screen capture. But yeah, enjoy. You can't call some mama, I'ma show out to handle now, yes around. Too hard. You can't call some mama, I'ma show out to heaven now, yes around. Too hard, hard to handle now. Too hard, too hard to handle. I've been James from Pro Tools Expert. I'll see you again soon for some more gear talk.